right, hello everybody. Happy Tuesday. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever it is, wherever you are, whenever you're watching this. If you're watching this, welcome. If you've watched other ones, I hope you enjoyed those. I hope you'll enjoy this one. Um, I am starting around 2:15 p.m. today. That's not something I'm proud of, but I had to wake up early and I had a lot of stuff to do today between school and stuff. Just in general, I didn't get much sleep last night. I'm not feeling too well. I wasn't going to study today, but figured if I didn't, I'd be missing out on a day. So it'll definitely be a short session. Um, I'm looking at like 2.5 hours, maybe 3 if I'm pushing it. But that's what I'm looking at. I'm not doing any logical reasoning today. I felt pretty good about it yesterday. Um, I had a perfect section for the first time in a long time, which felt good. It was untimed, but still felt good. And then the other one I only got 2 wrong. I don't really feel much pressure there. I know that I can maintain that when time comes into play, or at least lose it and be able to regain it pretty quickly. Logical reasoning, I'm pretty confident in. Um, but I want to make sure that I'm still drilling games. I felt that the game section was easier than expected, and I took a little longer than I wanted to. So the plan for today is to do reading comprehension. We're going to do a full section, 4 passages. We're going to do that untimed. I'm going to do that untimed, and then I'm going to do a logic game section. The reading comp section is going to be from test 30, I believe. Test 30, section 3. Yes. And then the logic games is going to be test 32, section 3, and that's going to be timed. No logical reasoning, as I said. And if you're wondering why I'm not doing everything from the same book or the same test, the answer would be logic games, logical reasoning, reading comp. Reading comp, not so much. But logic games specifically, they're the same type of games in different tests. So when you're trying to learn mastery of a specific game type, you don't so much worry about going in order of test. You just kind of find a game that suits it, ranging in caliber from like an easy version of this type of game to a harder version of this type of game. Sequencing, for example, you just find a sequencing problem. It could be easy, it could be medium, it could be hard. You figure that out along the way, but you're focusing on sequencing, not so much where it comes from. And if you're focusing on reading comp, you're like, I want to make sure that I know how to do science passages or history-based passages or whatever it might be. Then you kind of just pick and choose from different tests, and that's what I found. I was going through trying to figure out what tests I was going to do today, what sections I was going to do, and it was a logic game, open up to a logic game section. Oh, one of the 4 is already done. That's not to say that I won't go back and finish them. Probably will, but I wanted to make sure I got a full section, clean, timed, and so on and so forth. And same thing with reading comp. I found 1 passage is filled in out of the 4 of a section, and so on and so forth. And I just didn't want to deal with that. Again, I'll probably go back and study those because reading comp is where I need to improve. I need to put more time there. And that's really why a majority of today is going to be reading comp. 35 minutes is going to be logic games because that's going to be timed and I don't need to worry about it. I'm not even going to review today. My head is not here. And I don't want to stress it too much and not be able to do anything tomorrow. So yeah, reading comp untimed shouldn't take me. I'm gonna time it stopwatch style, not timer style. So I'm gonna count up, see how long it takes me, count back And I'm going to take note of how long it takes me to do each passage, uh, untimed, and just so I start getting data as to where I am in terms of um, types of reading comp passages, and see if there's a specific type that takes me longer than others, where I drop the most points, etc. And then for um, logic games, I'm just gonna time it and run it through. I'll be doing the same thing for logical reasoning probably tomorrow if I feel better. Hopefully I will. Where I'm going to sit through a test untimed, and I'm just gonna lap every time I finish a question and see which question types tend to take me longer, and if there's any, um, I guess, any correlation there of of a certain question type taking me 10, 15, 20, 30 seconds longer than any other question type. Probably won't be uh, that different. Like 30 seconds is a lot of time on a question, or a difference of 30 seconds is a lot of time between one question type to another. But I have a a hunch that my that the parallel reasoning questions are the ones that are taking me the longest. But we'll see. And if I find something to be taking longer, then I'll focus on those and make sure that I speed those up. Just a matter of focusing and taking. Some people might ask, why are you doing this 1 month left into test day? The answer is, or a little over. The answer is um, because I feel like I could be ready in a month, and I also feel, or I think that I'll be ready in a month, and I also think that even if I'm not ready in a month, it'll give me a good indication of where I am. I don't think I'm going to take the test. Um, like if I don't do well in February, I'll probably take um, the rest of spring off, and then take the August test, I'd say. And by then, I'll have the entire summer. I'll have all of my notes from now. I'll have um, I'll basically have it all. I'll be ready. I'll know which question types I'm struggling with, and so on and so forth. Or I just push through to April, which is also an option. Um, take the extra month and a half or so until the April test, and just use the data that I've gathered now. What I do with the data, I don't know yet. Right now, I know that I can implement it short term because I know I don't need much help answering the question types. I need to work on where my seconds are going to go, uh, and then reading comp. So logical reasoning, I'm not too worried about. I'm just making sure that I can do it in time once I get there. Timing is going to start very soon with logical reasoning. Logic games, I'm already on time. I just need to make sure I'm not dropping stupid questions like yesterday, one wrong, and the one that I got wrong, it doesn't even fit in my initial chart. Like, how does that happen? Um, what else? Yeah, so that's it. Logical reasoning, I'm pretty confident. Just need to make sure I fit in time. Logic games, pretty confident. I'm fitting in time. Just got to make sure I still am on time, even in harder sections. I didn't even look at what type of questions are in this section I'm doing today, but I should be able to fit under time in all of them. And then reading comp is what we're going to work on. I mean, 5 wrong across 25 questions is not the best when you're getting 8 wrong on the entire test. So, yeah, that's where the work's going to be put in. I'm kind of just talking because I'm still not feeling good, and I'm trying to wait out the low point, but I really don't have anything else to say. So it's been 10 minutes of me rambling, and I'm probably gonna get to work. Yeah. Also, if you're here at this point or watching this, can you comment or whatever on a most recent video if you're watching this way late, or on this video if you're watching this now? Is 5 Girl Scout cookie boxes too many? Like, if I have 5 Girl Scout cookie boxes to myself over a span of time, right? Not in one sitting, but is ordering 5 objectively too many? Please let me know. Um, and with that, I'm going to play the music. I'm going to get ready, take a couple deep breaths, and I'm probably going to do the reading comp passages and then logic games to finish it off, because you always save dessert for last. Oh, and yeah, we're going for a jazzy lo-fi type of vibe today. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Alright. I gotta stop distracting myself. Alright. Alright. Alright, so we're gonna do test 30, section 3, reading comprehension, completely untimed, no time pressure, no nothing. Got 5 questions wrong yesterday in the section, untimed. I can't be doing that. I can't be doing that. I can't always rely on perfect logical reasoning and perfect games. Plus, if I cut my reading comp down, we're looking at a big boy score. So test 30, section 3, the first game is about a mammal in Central Africa. Done with one passage. I don't know the time on that one. I wasn't paying attention. I wish I did. Actually, I'm gonna pull the stream up on my phone to check if I can find my phone. Just an update for you guys. Section 3 or test 30, section 3, passage 1. I don't mean to shoot myself. I might shoot myself in the foot here, in all honesty. But it wasn't hard. It wasn't hard. Was not hard. All right, let's see when I started that section. Yesterday, can't always go on this way. All right, so I started at minus 938. Oh, that's tough. I don't know how to check that. I don't know how to check how long without ending the stream. All right, so the is 3246. Okay, I think I figured it out. Okay, so I started it. Let's see. $23 and 8 seconds into the live stream, and I finished it at 29 minutes and 40 seconds into the live stream, which means that we finished it in a total of 6 minutes and 32 seconds. That's not bad at all. That's pace. That's pace. Yeah, so 6 minutes, 32 seconds. First section, and I feel pretty confident about it. Yeah, that's good. I mean, you have 35 minutes. That's about 9 minutes per section. So I just saved 3 minutes on that. Very good. I didn't really have to look back at the passage at all. I understood that like butter. I took good notes. I underlined. It was good. You can't really take notes on the LSAT Flex because it's online, but it's definitely a step. Oh, okay, so I only read the first sentence, the beginning of the first sentence. I'm going to start at 36:30. I'm going to write that down. 2, 1, go. This song is annoying me. Sorry. 6:08. Okay, that one took a little longer for sure. We're looking at 9 minutes and 38 seconds for the second one. I definitely focused more Yeah, so for the second one, I'm not sure if you've heard. Second passage took me 9 minutes 38 seconds compared to the first passage, which took me 6 minutes 32 seconds, which is wild. But this one, I definitely knew the answers when I saw them, but I wanted to go through the rest of the answer choices just in case. I generally wouldn't do that if I was timed. The second I got the answer I needed, I would skim. And if something else looked right, I'd only look at that one. The first one was just really easy. The second one, I just spent longer because it's untimed, I guess. But if we're looking at total right now, I'm at about 16 minutes, 10 seconds. Each passage allows you 8 minutes 45. So I'm about 2 minutes ahead of pace still. Yeah, I saved 2:15 on the first passage, and I lost about a minute. So, yeah, I'm over a minute. Yeah, I have a lot of time in the bank right now, and of course this is untimed. I'm just doing it for accuracy. Yeah, I'm moving on to passage 3, test 30, section 3, passage 3, 3 or 3033. Ooh, philosophers. I'm one of those. Oh, all right. Pause at 55. Oh, I didn't even start. Let's say 55:03. And I'll look at when I finished the last one. 46:08. Took me about a minute to get ready. Let's call it 47. I just got a call. 1 second. Gotta love it when you're not even out of school and recruiters are hitting you up because your LinkedIn profile is nailing it. All right. Where was I? That doesn't look right. It did not take me 8 minutes to read a single strand of paper, like a one column of paper. I do not believe that. Let's pretend it did. To the questions. We're starting again at 1. I'm going to start again at 101:30. This is feeling like a perfect 2 passages right now. I just took, I don't know how many minutes of a break, about a 5-minute break talking to someone. Let's see how much of it stays in my head. I took pretty good notes, total of like 15 words, but enough. All right. That's a good question. Yeah, test 30, section 3, passage 3, number 18 is where I'm stuck right now. Definitely worth a try. It's a reading comp, so you kind of have to read the passage if you're interested in getting this one, but it's a good question because that paragraph is pretty tricky to understand, I think. I don't think it's this one. Desirable? . All right, I'm going with D. I'm going with D. I don't know. I don't think it's B. I don't think it's C. I don't think it's A. It's not E, but D doesn't sound right. It doesn't. Or desirable? I don't know. All right, time 109:18. No way. Really? It took me nearly 8 minutes just to answer the questions. I mean, I was stuck on that one question. See, at that point, I would have skipped that one, or I would have picked the one that I thought and not thought about it for so long. But let's see how long that took. So 47 to 55, 8 minutes plus 101:30 to 109. So that's 7. 30 to 18, 48, which is 15:48. So in theory, if that was right, which, wow, Let's check it out. So 6:32 and 9:38. I think my section's almost over by this count. Yeah, I'm at 31:58, which means I have a little over 3 minutes for the last passage. Not going to happen. But that it says the last passage took me 15 minutes 48 seconds. All right, it doesn't matter. I'm doing it all in time, but still, that just doesn't sound right. It didn't take me 7 minutes to read a passage. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. All right, we're starting this one at 1:12. If there are any questions whatsoever, feel free to ask them in the chat. Feel free to ask them in the chat. Oh, time to go. 3, 2, 1, go. I don't know, but I'm going to go with C for number 23. I think it's the closest. I wouldn't say that the author sounded appreciative of the effort. It sounded like the author just kind of accepted it. Nope. Nope. I don't know how y'all are picking noise out from downstairs. That's wild. I'll try to turn the music up. Hopefully that's better. Three more questions. Okay. And with that, that's 120, 50. Passage time of 8 minutes, 50 seconds. That's right on the money in terms of how long each passage should take. I had 3 minutes left, supposing that the last one took me 15 minutes. I don't think that's true. So even if it took me 10 minutes, right on the cusp. I guess that's probably more likely to be true, but who's to know? Anyway, that's reading comp done. I'm going to go through and grade it. I'd like a -2 or better untimed. I feel like that would be pretty nice. It would feel good after the -5 yesterday. Still don't know how I got a 174 with 5 questions wrong on reading comp, but logic games and logical reasoning really help me out, I guess. I mean, they are my strong suits. So let's see. 1 through 6 on section 3. All right. I don't think I'm going to be happy. That's one wrong on the first passage. 7 through 14. I'm not going to remember all those. I'll do the first 3. Did I check mark these boys? Just check mark them. It feels good to get a right answer and just to check it, as opposed to just X the wrong ones. All right, second passage was harder than the first one for sure, but none wrong, which is nice. All right, now to the 15 to 21. I'll do 4. EBD. You see, I know I was going to get that one wrong. That's the one that took me the longest. I knew I was going to get it wrong. I still don't know. I'll need to review this one, because the whole point was that it's not a matter of debate and that the author was right, or that Meyerson was right in this case. If the point is that Meyerson is right, how is the answer that the consideration is a matter of debate? It can be inferred from the passage that Meyerson would be most likely to agree with her being right, not I might be wrong. I don't get that. Okay. 19 through 21, AAC. All right, so that's 2 wrong after 3. Number 18 said it was a hard question, as I did it. 18 and 6. Let's make sure I'm keeping everything organized and graded properly. All right, now 20. Let's do 22 and 23. AB. You see, I didn't get this from the author's attitude. I didn't get admiring. I got accepting, generally receptive to its theories. I got nothing from the author saying she's probably right or she might be right. I just got these are her theories. So I went with neutral towards its theories, even though it said appreciative of the effort. I don't think the author admired accomplishments here. I think I definitely need to work on those, because that's, I think, 2 wrong, 3 wrong, and 2 of them are this type of question. Yeah, it's the author's position on things. I guess that's messed me up. But that's why you review. That's why you review. All right, 24 to 27. Let's finish strong. DCBC. Yep. All right. Not bad. I wanted 2. I'm not going to say that I didn't want 2, but I got 3. You know, if I got 3 wrong instead of 5 wrong yesterday, that's a 176, you know. But yeah, that needs to be cut down. That has to be a 1 or a 2 on the practice test before the big day. But I mean, we're still a month and 8 days away. There's still a lot of room to grow. And this is the section that I'm going to be committing not most of my time, but a very large portion of my time to, because it's the one that I need to work the hardest on. So, yeah, I mean, I'm happy I got it done. I'm happy that I did better than yesterday. So I'll take that. 3's all right. 3's not bad. You know, on a flex. I mean, I can just look up the flex raw score to LSAT score conversion. Yeah, I mean for the flex, to get a 172, which is my target score, 172 plus, right? I'm going for a 170 plus in February because I'm going to take it again, and I'd like to see that improvement. But the goal is 172 plus. But to get that 172, it's a 69, roughly. Finally. This thing's been flying around all day. Got it. Right, but yeah, to get a 172, it's a 69 roughly. Haha. 69 raw score. The LSAT flex is 75 or 76 questions. Right? So you allow yourself 6 or 7 wrong. Now, if you want 6 or 7 wrong, you basically you want 2 wrong, or you don't want any wrong, right? But what I'm allotting for is I'm allotting for 2 wrong on logical reasoning, and then 4 wrong on reading comp, and that's all timed. Logic games, I should be getting a 0. If I'm not getting a 0, I'm not ready by test day. That's it. Logic games are repetition, repetition, repetition. So I got one wrong yesterday. Not really happy with the one I got wrong and how I got it wrong, but I did. Yeah, but logic games should be at 0. You allow yourself 6 or 7 wrong, and you distribute them across your less good 2 sections. And so 6 or 7 wrong across logical reasoning and reading comp for me needs to be heavily skewed toward reading comp, meaning 4 or 5 of those questions need to be given just in case my reading comp messes up. But like going into it thinking I'm going to get a 0 on games and my logical reasoning is really strong. And, you know, I got a perfect logical reasoning section yesterday. So you never know. Like it could be test day, perfect logic game, perfect logical reasoning. You drop 5 questions on 4 or 5 questions on reading comp, and you're at you're anywhere from a 173 to a 175. And 173 or 175 means a lot. The interesting thing here is I'm looking at the magoosh.com. I don't know how reliable this is, but Magoosh doesn't show a 176. There's a 171, 172, 173, 174, 175, 177, 179. There's not even a 178. That is interesting. It's the first time I'm seeing this. A 164 comes out to 60 raw score, which means I got 15 or 16 wrong on my November test. I had to have botched a game. I had to have gotten all of the questions of one of the games wrong, which is 6 questions, which means I was on pace for... Dang. I was on pace for 169. I definitely botched a game. There's no other way. Yeah, let's go to Power Score, the official LSAT Flex scoring scale. Yep, so there is no 178 and there is no 176. Dang. All right, so check it out. 180 is a 75 or 76. 179 is 1 wrong. 177 is 2 wrong. 175 is 3 wrong. And then it keeps going like that. 4 wrong is a 174. Well, this is again on. Okay, so 180 is either a 75 or a 76, regardless of whether it's a 75 or a 76 question test. Okay? 179 is a 74 out of those 75 or 76. 177 is a 73. 175 is a 72, and so on and so forth. They just skip 178 and 176. And then that continues up until you get to 163, where 163 is a 58 or a 59. And then 161 is a 55 or a 56. Or 161 is a 55 or a 56. And then 159 is a 52 or a 53. So that's how it's going to break down. It's going to drop. Oh, but then you have another anomaly here, right? Between 166 is a 63, but a 165 is a 61. So what do you do with the people who get a 62? I'd hope for their sake that they round them up. I think that distribution, though, would mandate that they get. Maybe you need to get a 63. I know they won't round you up. I don't think. I think they'd round them down. They managed to get a 61, which is 165. They didn't manage to get a 63, which is 166. I think they get rounded down. It would make sense to me. But yeah, the fact that they took away 178 and 176, that's a tough one. Point is, at a 172, at a 170, you can get 8 to 9 wrong. Okay, that's perfect logic games. That leaves you 3 logical reasoning and 6 reading comp, or however you want to break it down. I'm really hoping I don't fall that, but I'd be very happy with a 170. I'll take it again. Go for that 172. No cap. But point is, yeah, I'm just gonna post this in the chat so that whoever's here, whoever's watching this later, can see exactly what I'm looking at. That's the LSAT Flex scoring scale. And if you're here or you're watching and you have any questions at all, please feel free to post them in the chat. I'd be happy to answer them. I'm really not feeling the best. I don't know if to do games now or take a nap and then do games later. I mean, it's 35 minutes. All right, let's do games now. Let's get out of the way. If anyone has any idea where like tiny little bugs come from, they don't look like flies. I think there might be a hole in my window screen. Is that what they're called? Window screen? Because they keep coming in. Or there's like a hive of them somewhere. I don't know. Maybe it's time to give this room a quick clean. Not today. Definitely not today. All right. I have to update the description with the score. Final score, 24 out of 27. Definitely not bad, but not where I wanted it to be. 24 to 27. Look, I mean, 3 wrong. Let's say I averaged 2 or 3 logical reasoning per test. And so that's 3. Let's call it 3. So that's 6 wrong. And then logic games, let's say I get another 2 wrong. So that's 8 wrong. On the big LSAT, on a 101, 8 wrong is a 170. Is a 175. The LSAT flex sucks. The LSAT flex sucks unless you're bad at logical reasoning. If you're bad at logical reasoning, I guess it helps because it's only a third instead of half. But for those of us that are good at logical reasoning and good at games, the LSAT flex is not it. It just ain't it, Chief. It just ain't it. Damn. I mean, I probably bottled a full game in November, so it wouldn't have mattered very much. But that probably would have come up to like 166, which is a lot of a difference. But I would have taken it again anyway. It's not that's points away from my target score, so wouldn't really change anything. Okay, anyway, we're moving on. We're gonna do games. Gonna set a timer. Yeah, I got some LinkedIn stuff. And got a grade in. Solid. Can't complain. Definitely cannot complain. There's just no room for it. All right. Here we go. So, doing the game. It's a 35 minute section. Logic games. That's test 32, section 3. 32, section 3. Timer for 35 minutes. We're going to take our time because we don't need to rush. Check what's going on. See, I have to read or I don't have to, but I'm choosing to read a couple of the papers published by John Nash, the economist, on game theory. So I have to do that. I'd like to do that today. Maybe after a nap I'll feel better and I'll be able to do it. See, this is weird. I'm having assignments graded for a course that I already got my final grade in. So grade better not be changing. Because that ain't it, Chief. You know? Oh, unless I didn't get a grade in that course? Alright, I'm going to check this and then I'll do it. I'll do logic games. I'm usually not this scatterbrained. I just don't feel well and I'm not in the mood to do more of this, but you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do. So you allow your mind to drift a little bit and you pull it back in when you need it back in. You know? Just how it goes. Oh, I actually didn't get a grade in this class yet. But I'm not too worried about it. I got 102.5 on the final. No, there was not extra credit on the final. There was a curve. 5-point curve. Yeah, the grade's looking pretty solid right now. I'm happy with this. I'm at a 3.75 for the semester. Definitely not bad. I won't give you my cum. Not until applications. If I decide to keep doing this this channel through applications. All right. Anyway, checked it. I'll get a final graded probably later today. And that should be a nice looking letter. One towards the beginning of the alphabet. All right, we're done looking at messages and memes. No need memes. Memes are for when you're not studying and on a live stream. All right, so I mean, everyone needs memes, right? Everyone needs to laugh sometimes, but it's not the appropriate time. Okay, so we have 35 minutes, 4 logic games, hoping for 4 simple sequencing. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Chances it happens, 0, but man can hope. Anyway, all right, we're gonna jump in. So I'm gonna move the mic away. I'm gonna take a deep breath. I'm gonna click start, and my head's going down. All right, and the entire mic stand just fell. So I will need to fix this. I'm gonna mute myself while this is going on. All right, so the microphone is fixed. All right, so here we go. Logic games, 35 minutes, and then we're off. 3. All right, so that's time on the games. I spent way too long on game 3. I lost maybe 30 seconds there. I lost too long on one of the questions on the second test, on the second game. I just wasn't going. I was second guessing myself, and on games you can't second guess yourself. It's because only one answer can be right. So if you find an answer that can be right, then that's the answer. You don't keep looking at other questions. So that's just moving from untimed to time thing. I'm going to grade it. I don't expect to do too well. I had to really guess the last four. I'm going to check those first, see how I did. The last four questions of section 3. Yeah, I got 4 of them wrong. Or 3 of the 4. So I'm not too... those don't mean anything other than I wasn't going fast enough earlier. So I'm not really worried about those. All right, where am I? Section 3. Okay. C. All right. So we're good through game 1. C, D, B, A, D, B. Okay, so we're good through game 1. We're good through game 2, which I spent too long on the last question there. Again, I don't know why. I'm going to blame it on the fact that I don't feel well. 12 to 18. We'll do 12 to 14 first. AEA. Yeah, so that looks good. 15 to 18. ECCD. All right, so we got one wrong there. F or O. If P is performed third. What is it? 17 for section 3 is C. Oh, I didn't play it out in the bottom. I assumed there. I just didn't play it out, so this wouldn't have worked. All right, I'll review that game. And I definitely need to review this last one. Yeah, I mean, the 2 that I did, I got right. I just guessed on the rest of them using, I guess, intuition and hoping. But that's not how you do games. I just got to speed up. 3 questions isn't a lot of time. You know, it's... what? I spent 30 seconds trying to come up with a guess, so I just need to shave off a minute ahead of that. But no, this was fairly well distributed. Grouping distribution, grouping selection, sequencing, and then a tough grouping selection game. I mean, I don't know how tough it was. I had 5 minutes to do it, so and it was the hardest question. So no doubt I need to go back and I need to shave off time. But that comes with practice. I'm still more than a month out. EBD, BAD, EBD, EBD, 22 to 24, BAD. So overall, bad logic game section, but you know, it's one of those things where you mess up one game and you get hit pretty hard. But the time pressure is what got me here. It's not even I messed up one because I didn't actually do it. I thought I could do it in my head, can't do it in your head. I'm on 4 different boards. 20 out of 24. That's not good. That's not good. I'm not even gonna lie to myself and say, hey, that's decent. No, that's really not good. But it's all right. I'm gonna blame it on the fact that I'm not feeling well. Call it a day. Section 3, 17. Perfect through 16 questions. And 3 wrong on the last 4 questions because you're guessing and hoping for the best. I'm not guessing. You're pushing. I really like one deduction I made though. I followed. It offered me one thing, or one point of evidence, and it says. Then it asks the question, but that one point of evidence leads you only to one place, and that place is supposed to lead you further. But once it got me to that place, I realized that place was was only featured in one of the answers. So I went for it. I got it right, but I'm doing this game over. I'll do it again tomorrow. 20 out of 24. 20 out of 24 time pressure is what I'm going to write in the description. Four guesses, 3 for 4, 1 for 4. Okay, that's fine. I'm not used to timing. And that last one was a hard question. I didn't even map it out right, so I was just trying to run. If I tried to run earlier games, I wouldn't have been stuck because I would have been able to breeze through those. All right. Anyway, that's it for today. I'm not doing any logical reasoning. I'm just not feeling it. So yeah, so with that, I think I'm going to call it a day. If you enjoy this stream, give it a like, comment. If you want to be alerted whenever I send out new material, hit the bell thing that pops up after you hit subscribe. It's on the left of the button usually. Yeah, check out the other videos I've already posted. They're pretty good, if I do say so myself. Anyway, that's it for me. I'm going to go take a nap. Adios. Have a good one.